Thank you, Pastor. He is a graduate of Essex County High School and also of the name of the school, Old Dominion, with his bachelor's degree, and a recent graduate of VCU School of Social Work with his Master of Social Work degree. He's the father of Molly, Self, and of course, and I told him when he named his daughter Molly, because his great grandmother's name is Molly Sidney. So my father oftentimes called himself Sidney Molly. So if he's gonna name his daughter Molly and not tacked on Sidney to it, so she's forever tagged as Sidney Molly. But indeed, he has grown tremendously, and we're so thankful that the group has seen fit to ask him to present, because so very often we forget that those who become proficient in their craft are not just born, they're created, they're made. And it is opportunities such as this that allows individuals to grow. And for that, I'm thankful to the group for allowing him to have this opportunity to further stretch his wings as he continues to grow in his craft. So, I'm going to stop right there before I say too much. But to those who have not met him, this is Ronnie Sidney II.
Mic check. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. I'm sharing something very, 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 very personal to me today. One of my personal experiences growing up. My dad talked about people molding. This presentation is about people who are there to support me, and mold me, and help me to get to where I'm at today. On this surprising presentation, we're going to call this little hiker there Little Ron. That's what my parents called me when I was young, Little Ron. And Little Ron is attempting to climb this humongous mountain, which Little Ron has named Mount Everest instead of Everest. Kind of good words. And Mr. Alfred and what's your name, sir? Richard. And Richard, we went to New Mexico last week for a training. And in New Mexico, when you walk down the trails, there's a sign that says "Beware." And when you see "Beware," you already know it's about to be something. So it says "Beware," and it says "Beware." There are indigenous coyotes and mountain lions and rattlesnakes. Stay your butt on the trail. I stayed my butt on the trail. All right. But Little Ron encountered a coyote on this trail up Mount Everest, and he seen a coyote. The coyote was huge, was really big. Luckily, the coyote was scared of a voice. So Little Ron said, "Shoo, coyote!" And the coyote scurried on into the woods. As Little Ron walked up the mountain, he encountered this big, huge mountain lion, or cougar, that tried to attack him from the back. Lucky for Little Ron, he had these two ski things in his hand, and he fought off the cougar. The cougar ran back into the woods. But upon his journey, he encountered this cliff, which he calls the achievement gap. He'd known some climbers had fell into that achievement gap before, so he had to be really careful. And in order for Ron to make it to the other side, he needed some support. He needed his family, he needed his teachers, he needed his friends to help him over this cliff. So he had a belay rope, and he belayed his way up the mountain. But still, he wasn't done. He still had to climb on his hands and knees up this mountain until he reached the peak. And once he reached the peak, he was able to see the sun. Before, all he knew was darkness and rain and cougars and coyotes. But now at the top, he can finally see the ending. He can finally see something. He can finally see the light. So now he comes down the hill, or the mountain, I'm sorry, and encounters another hill, which I'll talk about later during the presentation. So today, I want to talk to you about how I beat the odds and survived special education. And if you look at the mountain, there's a bunch of risk factors there. Because the mountain isn't just rocks and dirt and grass, but this mountain is unique. This mountain is full of risk factors. See, I was one of an estimated 2.4 million public school students in America who have been identified as having a learning disability. In schools, students with learning disabilities face lower teacher expectations. They carry around stigmatizing labels. They face lower teacher expectations, develop lower self-esteem, and experience poor academic outcomes in students without learning disabilities. In 2011, African American students made up 23.8% of the student population in Virginia, but represented 31.6% of students diagnosed with a specific learning disability. Black and Hispanic students with disabilities face much higher rates of school disciplinary actions, dropout rates, and experience lower rates of graduation. I hate to make it about race, but it is about race when it comes to these babies. In fact, the graduation rate for all Virginia students in 2011-2012 school year was 83%. Not bad, huh? Can you guess what the graduation rate for students diagnosed with specific learning disabilities was? Any guesses? 20? Anybody? 15? 49%. Less than half. So less than half of people with learning disabilities graduated from school in 2011-2012. Virginia's achievement gap of 34% was the 6th highest in the nation. That's something